Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins, and E3 is still 4 months away, so sometimes it feels very, very far, but that's not stopping Microsoft from spinning up the hype engines nice and early. The company has announced their annual press conference for the event with just a slight twist. Normally, Microsoft holds their presser on Monday morning, but this year they're doing things a little bit differently and holding it on Sunday. Their teaser image for the event seems to hint that it will focus a great deal on Scorpio, which probably a little bit of a downside means that we won't be hearing anything significant about the console until then. Still, it says something that Microsoft wants to kick off the entire week. Clearly, they feel like they've got something worth talking about and they want a day all to themselves, except for, all the other press conferences that are also on Sunday, but they'll, as far as hardware manufacturers, all to themselves. The company also confirmed they'll be bringing back the yearly FanFest event at E3 with more details on that one to come. Now, if you're one of the people itching for more news about when you can play the remastered Crash Bandicoot series on PS4, well, it's no longer. Activision announced this morning that the Insane trilogy will be out on June 30th for $39.99, at least in the US. You'll be able to access all 3 remastered titles. That's Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot Warped. If you're still itching, please consult a doctor. In addition to remasters of the series, the game will also have a fully enhanced soundtrack plus PS4 Pro enhancements with 4K cinematics. So all that's well and good and everything, but where's our next gen Crash Bandicoot? Please, Activision, we've been good, mostly. The creator of DayZ, Dean Hall, is no longer with Bohemia Interactive. I mean, he's been gone for a while, but now he's got his own studio, Rocketworks, which has been hard at work on several brand new games. One of those games will be unveiled for the first time next month. According to Eurogamer, Hall will be showing off his work in progress at EGX Rezzed in London in late March, with the game playable on the show floor. We don't actually know a whole lot about what this game is, but Hall has hinted in the past it will be a different way to look at multiplayer. Love it or hate it, honestly, it's really hard to deny that DayZ left a huge mark on the gaming industry as a whole. For better or for worse, it's changed the way we look at early access, development cycles, whether or not you ever have to finish a game, but it's also created a standard for persistent online worlds and emergent gameplay. So with all that said, it will be interesting to see what Dean Hall does next and if it lives up to those kinds of precedents. Can lightning strike twice? Guess we'll see. Get excited, Payday fans! The next game in the franchise has hit some major milestones. Publisher Starbreeze Studios announced during its recent earnings call that development on the upcoming Payday 3 is now officially underway. The company said, "It is with great satisfaction that we also can announce that Payday 3 production is officially initiated and at a full design stage." If you're hoping that means the game will be out soonish, however, you might want to temper those expectations. Starbreeze also said, "This is our single most important brand today and the cornerstone of our business, and we will treat it accordingly. Updates in the near future might be scarce and far between. You simply don't rush Payday 3. Cooking up the right microtransactions takes time, guys. Now, remember how Bethesda and Arkane Studios promised that Prey wouldn't have the issues on PC that Dishonored 2 did? Well, Prey doesn't actually release until May, but PC Gamer is already reporting that it's got issues. During an hour-long playthrough of the game, PC Gamer's James Davenport said that the game didn't run like a dream. He reported that the frame rate wasn't consistent at all, objects clipped through the walls regularly, I saw object and texture pop in when opening doors on occasion, it wasn't unplayable, just surprisingly rough and not up to the standards I'd expect from a retail release yet. Now, this obviously isn't the retail release yet, but PC gamers can be forgiven for just feeling a little bit nervous, especially after all the problems with Dishonored 2's launch. Cross your fingers for Prey, it releases on May 5th, so there is still time to do polishing and fix a lot of those issues, and hopefully Dishonored 2 provided a roadmap to fixing a lot of that stuff for Arkane. Sony Santa Monica is still hard at work on the next God of War game, but a little bit of information is also leaking about a different game from the company. Back in 2014, the studio was hit with layoffs after development for a brand new IP was canned. NerdLeaks has uncovered a few new details about what that IP was, as well as some of its setting. According to them, the now canceled game was set in the year 2034 and focused on world exploration. Part of this world exploration has you encountering huge creatures and different kinds of aliens, like skeletal creatures with long arms and dinosaur-like monsters and aliens that ride unicorn bisons, which may now be my favorite kind of alien. It all sounds really wacky and kind of interesting, but there's really no telling why Sony ultimately decided to axe it. Still, who knows? It could be something they decide to resurrect in the future or take some elements and rework it into something new, kind of like the Halo movie turning into District 9. The Pokemon Company has announced a new smartphone game that will release this spring in Japan, at least, and it'll be about everyone's favorite Pokemon, Magikarp. The title of the game translates to Splash Magikarp, according to Kotaku, and the only thing that's been revealed so far is a teaser site with a newspaper article about 2 mysterious Magikarp-shaped holes that were discovered by a fisherman, which is kind of creepy. It reminds me of the, there's a Japanese comic, it's a little bit older, it was called, was it The Mystery or The Enigma of Amigara Fault? I mean, if you read it, just trust me, it's really weird, but we'll put it in the link dump if you want to check it out. Gus showed it to me and I was weirded out for ages afterwards. It's not scary, it's just eerie. So maybe it's like that. Anyway, there's no word yet if this will get an international release, but it sounds kind of odd, so it could be interesting if we do get it. At the very least, we can maybe evolve it into a Gyarados at the end. Now, if you're jonesing for more info about the upcoming Star Wars film, don't fret. Rian Johnson, who directed Star Wars The Last Jedi, which, yeah, I guess we can say directed now because it's wrapped in production and we're getting ready for it. And Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy will appear at a Star Wars celebration in April to talk about the upcoming movie. They'll apparently discuss the movie on a panel on April 14th at the event in Orlando, Florida. While specifics are still under wraps, the talk promises to feature a few surprises and special guests, kickstarting what is sure to be an exciting and memorable weekend, Lucasfilm said. So that could mean that we're getting a brand new trailer, the first ever for the movie at that point, but or maybe at the very least a teaser, but oh man, are we really gonna be waiting that long? I mean, I guess that does tie in with the timing that they've been doing for the movies so far, but it just feels so far away. The Last Jedi arrives in theaters on December 15th, and Disney CEO Bob Iger has already seen a cut of the movie and proclaimed it great. So that's promising, I guess, although not like he would call it terrible though. There's a juicy little rumor that Nvidia will be coming out with a new graphics card this spring. That news comes from a video on Hardware Connect's YouTube channel, who purportedly showed off the new card and said, "This is Gigabyte's new Aorus GPU, which is based upon Gigabyte Extreme design, but incorporates a few minor cosmetic changes." Now, I say new because the actual graphics core here is so new that we can't even tell you what it is. Let's just say it will be launching from Nvidia very soon. So that's all we really know for right now, but speculation is rampant that it's the new GTX 1080 Ti card from Nvidia. Time will tell, but if the rumor is true, we'll only have to wait a few more months to find out. Start saving now. Those were, what, like $700 when they came out, so you're gonna need it. Get the piggy bank getting busy. If you're a fan of Earth, then you're gonna love the new Super Earth. Yes, that is a real thing. Astronomers have found 60 new planets that are orbiting stars close to Earth's solar system, including a rocky, so-called super Earth, although I have yet to see what makes it so super Earthen our Earth. They also found evidence of 54 more planets, which means we have a whole lot of backup options if this planet doesn't pan out. The super Earth, though, which scientists are calling Gliese 411b, has gotten the most attention. It's about 8 light years from Earth and is located in the 4th nearest star system to the Sun. Scientists have described it as a hot super Earth with a rocky surface. Bad news though, scientists say it's currently too hot for life to exist on its surface, which is a bummer. So I guess the big news is actually still no aliens out there. Maybe next time, science, maybe next time, just send them some ice cubes. We're not doing anything with our ice caps. It can have them and then we get a super Earth. Win-win, right? I guess. And that's all the news we have for you guys today. Let us know what you think of all the stories down in the comments below. And if you want to get more news from every corner of the internet, make sure you like this video. And if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to The Know. Welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley. Oh boy. Super Eves. What the fuck? What's wrong with you, Ashley? That wasn't too bad.
Good.
Not too bad. Okay, editing time.